What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Sometimes we don't talk to people cause we don't want to intimidate them. I might see a girl with a cool shirt on, but I don't want to make her think I'm coming on to her or something. Rather than freak her out that a 6'6" guy thinks she looks good today, I just leave her alone. Especially if we are on an elevator or something where she can't leave, if she actually is uncomfortable. IDK if other guys feel this too, but I'm always afraid of accidentally making women feel uncomfortable in my presence. For example, when I happen to walk in the same direction as a woman in front of me for a while and am not even interested in women in the first place. My dad served in the Pacific during WW2. A kid from the Bronx. He had never been out of the Bronx in his entire life. Then he got sent to New Guinea. Decades later, as he lay dying in the hospital bed, he told us, as his young friends were being slaughtered by other young men, just before they died, they always cried for their mothers, never for their fathers, always for their mothers. He said, they were just kids being slaughtered by other kids. And then they died, in his arms. Their last words were always, where is my mother? Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Never for their fathers. That affected him for his entire life. And Dad lived a long time. He was the lucky one. Sex isn't all we want in a relationship. I'd rather be with someone who understands me, but only does it once in a while than someone who I have sex with every day, but don't connect with emotionally and mentally. Some of us are into things like cooking, cleaning, makeup, fashion, etc. It doesn't necessarily mean we are gay. Please don't tell us to man up. A lot of us were constantly told that growing up, whenever we tried to express ourselves, so you saying it will often bring up bad memories. Men can be abused. Men can be raped. Men also tend to be more suicidal because society tells us we are weak if we try to discuss these things. No, we don't enjoy being raped by a hot girl, and we often don't talk about it because people will often straight up tell us we are lying about it if we do. After a shower, we have no problem drying our balls and face with the same towel. Most of the time we try to dry the face first, then the sack. But sometimes we have to go back to the face. We just hope we use an uncontaminated part of the towel. Edit, uncontaminated. My balls are clean after a shower. Just, you know. Wiping the balls then wiping my face is just kind of, yay. As an older man, we don't expect you to look like a supermodel as we age together. Yes, at times I do see you as I did 30 years ago, and every wrinkle and flaw disappears. Yes, there are times I see every wrinkle and flaw, and know how you got every one of them. They are beautiful too. The nod. When you see a guy you don't know, or kind of know, but don't really know well enough to talk to walks by, you give a subtle nod of your head, which they return. I talked to my wife about it, and she confirms that women do not do this, but that they sometimes smile instead. Edit, because it keeps coming up. Some girls also give the nod. Typically, an up nod is for your friends, and a down nod is for strangers or less than friends. This could subconsciously have to do with a baring or hiding of the throat. Thanks everyone for the comments. Edit 2. Some women nod also. I have been told no need to add another identical comment. Ladies, you need to slap us across the face and yell fuck me now at the top of your lungs in order for us to get a hint. Edit. No, I don't encourage violence. But writing ladies, exclaim in a clear and calm voice, sir, would you want to engage in sexual intercourse? I have a brochure with precoital activities we can amuse ourselves with, just doesn't have that comedic punch to it. Jesus loves some of you guys more than others. If we have a goofy hobby and you take interest in it, even the slightest, we love it. I'm a big gamer and my wife, who also games, but not the same ones I play, will often watch what I'm doing, ask about the game, and generally take an interest. Her saying oh, are you looking forward to Anthem is really cool, and I appreciate her interest. It's be so easy for her to pay no attention, and her doing so makes a big difference. Men can have eating disorders and body positivity issues too. I've struggled for years, and yet the few people that I do open up to about it just write it off as a phase or just forgetting to eat once in a while. But when girls come forward with the same issue, it's immediately addressed as a serious matter. And when the issue is talked about on a larger scale, men are rarely, if ever, included. Edit. Wow, I did, but expect so many people to relate. I'm reading through comments now, and I really appreciate the support and empathy being offered to myself and other insecure editors below. I should clarify, I'm not saying that it's any easier for girls to come forward with an eating disorder. It's fucking hell and your brain never lets you stop hating yourself. But I've seen so many of my girlfriends get the help they need after coming forward, and the one time that I came forward the general response was along the lines of, oh, you must just be working too hard. Sometimes I forget to eat too. Like the possibility that I could have an eating disorder doesn't even register. We all know who killed JFK. We feel a great social pressure to be strong, less emotional, carry others, make money. A lot of times we don't know how to, and we are scared. But we know we are not supposed to be, and we know we are not supposed to ask for help. So we get stressed and angry. Edit. This is not an anti-women comment. Men do it to men. Women do it to men. Institutions do it to men. If you're blaming women for feeling pressure, you're part of the problem. Men want to be wanted and desired too. I can count the number of times a woman has come out and either asked me out or told me she was attracted to me on one hand. And from my understanding, that is a high number. We don't miss hints because we are dense or stupid. We miss them because we have learned the hard way that sometimes it's just a friendly compliment or some such. That embarrassment sticks with you. If you've ever looked at a dude and oh wow, he's attractive / I'd like to go out with him, go talk to him. Men love confident women. And even if he doesn't reciprocate, you will make his day, or maybe even his year. We are rarely if ever complimented, and largely taken for granted. A majority of us have shit luck on online dating or just dating. A lot of us are largely depressed, or cynical about life. Very few of us have randomly nice things happen for us during our day. Men struggle with finding friends and friendship when they get older. Loneliness, acceptance, self-acceptance, and a lack of those three are some of the driving motivators for a lot of actions men do. The bro code isn't a made-up thing. It's actually a highly classified international set of rules set by the United Nations. Officially it's called the Laws and Regulations for Male Relations, Behavior, and Interactions, but pretty much everyone shortens it to bro code. A booklet is mandated to be given to every birthed male when they reach the age of 4. Only men know about this, and failure to keep it in secret will result in. I'm gonna do my best to explain this one here. We aren't always up for doing stuff together. It doesn't mean we don't care about you / get married / the relationship. A lot of our hobbies that us men typically do, you will notice, revolve around being alone, focusing on something, and getting the task done. It makes us feel fulfilled, productive, and proud. We also aren't so entrapped by society when it comes to being social. In other words, just because Fred or Clive isn't posting on Instagram about being out and about, people don't assume they're lonely Billy no mates types. Because we can so comfortably be alone with our thoughts, sometimes it really takes a great deal of empathy and understanding on our part to appreciate that you might not also have hobbies you can do alone. Where I can open my laptop and start playing video games, my girlfriend doesn't have that node for instant gratification. When you say you're bored, please help us to better comprehend what you mean by contextualizing what is causing you boredom. Sometimes we don't realize we are being selfish and making you feel lonely when all we want to do on a Saturday is slob about. We love you, our partners, dearly, but we are not always great at empathy because of a lifetime of being told to suck it up. When guys are playing video games, we are oftentimes playing with people we develop deep friendships with, the people we play with all the time. For example, I've never met my best friend in person. However, our parents know the other by name. I wrote him a letter when he was in basic. His sister gave me the address, and I've been playing games with him for 4 years. But since we live so far apart, we are not able to play games with each other every day or even one time a week. So when you are yelling at your boyfriend who's been playing video games with friends for 3 hours, just remember he might be talking to his best friend Irel or people he has been playing games with for years, in addition to not talking to them for maybe a month. When we say something, we usually mean exactly what we said. Don't read between the lines, because that's most probably not what we meant. Many women don't understand this fundamental guy thing it seems.